It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, welcome back, you beautiful souls. You're still locked in. We're live right here at your Feel Good Breakfast Show, opening up on S3. Now, I know a lot of you have been in the situation. I have as well. I love the journey as well. You've begged and begged your partner to maybe get a puppy, and they finally say yes. Yay! But now comes that decision, right? Do I get a puppy from a breeder or do I rescue one from a shelter? Now, if a purebred puppy is on your wish list, then Carice Nafter, our trusted animal behavior expert, is here to shed light on some of the skepticism around shopping versus adopting and how we can go about finding ethical breeders. Carice, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good, thanks. I'm great.
I'm so excited about this one. Obviously, I've gone through this journey as well, and we were set on getting a purebred dog. We didn't want the problems that came with something that you adopted. There were just all these misconceptions, but I am so glad that we went ahead and adopted because I couldn't have thought of anything perfect to have as an animal and as a pet. But talk to me about it. Why do these breeders especially have such a bad reputation when it comes to this space?
Yeah, they really do.
I've heard some nasty stories. I'm gonna be honest.
Nasty.
A lot of money being lost. Your animal never gets sent. It's not the right animal. It's not a purebred. I mean, what's going on?
So there's two categories. There's bad breeders who have the bad reputation,
Yeah.
and there's wonderful, excellent breeders out there. So it's like anything you're paying money for, anyone who is buying from a bad breeder is supporting unethical breeding. Let's call it unethical breeding.
Yes.
And breeders who are unethical are literally just breeding for the money. So you'll get breeders who just breed the same female dog over and over twice a year to make, so she just has to produce loads of puppies. They will produce unhealthy puppies, dogs with genetic problems, all sorts of things, because they're not interested in the health and the quality of the dogs they're breeding. They're just interested in creating
a numbers game,
popular puppies to sell very quickly. So certain colors, certain breeds, that sort of thing. So it's up to people who want dogs to support good ethical breeders if a purebred dog is a decision you've made for yourself.
So how exactly do we do that? How do we find a ethical pure breeder?
Yeah.
And how do we know that they are legit?
They are legit.
Yeah.
That's the tricky question. So the first thing is, if a breeder is advertising, they're probably not a good breeder. Okay? Any good breeder out there probably has a waiting list for their dogs. They don't need to advertise.
So they've already got that positive reputation.
Exactly. Okay. So that's the first thing. Don't go for any adverts. It's not a direction you want to go. What you should do is you can go to the kennel clubs. There's lists of good breeders. You can talk to other people who have good, healthy dogs, find out where they got their dog from. And any breeder that you come across, you should be able to get references for. You should talk to other people who have dogs from them. The breeder itself or themselves should be picky about you. So if you call a breeder and they say, "Hi, yes, you can have a dog, here's my bank details," you don't want that dog, okay?
They haven't done any background checks. I don't know where the animal's going to,
Because then they don't care about their puppies. They just care about the money. So a good breeder is picky about you. They'll send you an application. They'll be very picky about your house. And you might feel like, hey, why are they being so funny about me? But that's the breeder you want because they care that you're an appropriate owner for their dog. Not everybody, like you have a husky, not everyone's appropriate for a husky. Not everyone's, well, he's sleepy now, but not everyone's appropriate for my dog, Sam. So those are a few clues with the puppies.
Okay, look, it makes absolute sense. Now, another question is, it's not just about getting a dog. It's more to it than that. And I know when I was searching initially, we had a small apartment and we needed a dog that would suit the environment. And my research showed that, believe it or not, Great Danes were great apartment dogs. They were big, but they were kind of lazy-ish, and they were more human than anything else, which kind of worked. And the research showed me that it's not just about getting a crazy animal. You've got to find that perfect match. How do you go about doing that? How do you find the animal that is going to best suit your environment and that you can then also give it the best quality of life at the same time?
Yeah, so the first question I tell my clients to do is, tell me about your life now. We're not getting a dog because it's going to motivate me to exercise myself. It doesn't work like that. I promise you it doesn't. So find out now the life you're currently living. How much time do you have? How much space do you have in your house? And you're correct. Large dogs like Great Danes actually have less energy than a Jack Russell, for example.
I had a Jack Russell when I grew up. I've got to tell you the story. We had one of those doors that split in half and the top section opens up. Every time you'd see him or be close to that door, my Jack Russell would just You see his head, and then it's
Yep.
gone. You see his head, and then it's gone. All day.
Exactly.
They have too much energy.
Exactly. So the energy level is the most important.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the other thing that you can find from a good breeder is every purebred dog has the potential for genetic problems. Everyone, and the breeder will be honest about that. They'll tell you how they test for it, whether it's eye problems or ear problems. There's a very popular breed right now, which is an Australian Shepherd, and I don't know if we've got a graphic of that, but many people know Australian Shepherds. They're very beautiful, kind of spotty-colored
Yes,
dogs.
yes, yes.
And what people don't know about these dogs is they're very often born deaf, because unethical breeders breed the wrong colors together.
Oh, wow.
And every color has a different genetic sequence with it. So a good breeder will warn you. They'll say, I'm testing for the common problems of this dog. But to go back to the question of which dog is right for you, find out what potential for problems there are, find out how much exercise they need, find out how much attention their coat needs, like your husky does.
Yeah.
And then you have to see if you're honestly a good fit for it. And if you're a first-time dog owner, don't go and get the most intense dog you can get. I always talk about sexy dogs. Like you see those dogs on YouTube that can do all the cool tricks and
Yeah,
climb walls
yeah.
and stuff like that. That is not a good first dog, okay? You don't want to buy your child a Porsche for their first car when they turn 18. You want to get them like a slow, easy car.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for a dog. Don't get the most intense dog. Get a simple dog.
Well, look, I'm loving this. I'm loving the education. I'm sure Mzansi is as well. Thank you so much. But again, of course, we are going to have another conversation with you about more of this, getting acquainted with our dogs, finding the right ones. So stick around, Mzansi. If you are looking for a furry, four-legged love ball in your house, then you're going to listen to this.